Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
Yo, what's good, everybody? If you're new here, I'm Azad at Hoops. I make daily basketball content. So if that interests you, then think about subscribing, maybe hitting the like button, doing both. I would appreciate both of them, man. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to this video. So today I'm going to give you 3 Boston Celtics trades that I think they can make. With the deadline coming up in about a month from now, the Celtics aren't doing too great this season. They're 13-13, not too shabby, but they're 5th seed, I believe, in the Eastern Conference. And, you know, we just expect more out of them at this point, let's just be honest. So, I might have one trade that's kind of smaller, like a medium trade, and then I have a huge trade. So we're going to go through all 3 of those, and I think all 3 of these trades could help boost their team a lot and give them a way better chance of making the NBA Finals this year. Alright, so trade number 1. We're going to start with the small trade first. And this is a guy that's supposed to have been traded for years, like every single year for the past at least 3 or 4 years. I've heard his name is trade rumors, and I don't feel like he's ever really fit with this team. And I feel like it's just time to move on, and the Boston Celtics would love to get him, and that is Aaron Gordon. He always had the skills, always had the talent, but he can never really put it together to become like that star player. And at this point, I don't really expect him to be a star player, but if you get him on the Celtics with Brad Stevens, you let him play power forward, and you can move Tatum back to small forward. You can do whatever you want, man. Really, you could bring Aaron Gordon off the bench. I don't know. I feel like it would just make their team very versatile. What I would do is I would just put Kemba at point guard, Jaylen, then Tatum, Aaron Gordon, and then, you know, whoever you want to run at center, and then you have Marcus Smart back off the bench like he usually is. That's what I would do. But anyways, what y'all be sending out, a first round pick, unprotected for this year, so they get a first round pick, because I feel like just the Magic, they don't have much direction, and they could definitely use, you know, just another pick. They get Peyton Pritchard, who's been very good this season for the Boston Celtics, especially considering where they picked him. And the Magic need point guards. What can I say? They have, you know, they have Cole Anthony, they have Markelle Fultz, but Cole Anthony's hurt right now. Markelle Fultz has a big injury, he's gonna be out for a while. And so they might as well just take flyers on a lot of point guards and find one that works out. I mean, nothing works out for the Magic, it seems like. So y'all just need to get a lot of young players and just try to develop them the best you can. And also, you get another big man back in this trade, and Robert Williams, who's another young player. So it's like 2 young guys and a first round pick, and you get rid of Aaron Gordon, he's not taking y'all anywhere. Like, he helps you get to the playoffs and be a first round exit in 5 games every year. Is that what you want from Aaron Gordon? No. Just let him go be on the Celtics. I think he'll definitely bring a huge dynamic piece to them. And that would be a big team. Like, when they want to go out there and play big, they can play Marcus Smart at point, and they got Jaylen, Tatum, and Aaron Gordon for the 2 through 4. That's disgusting, man. The switchability of that, ooh, that's gonna be hard to stop. Okay, the second trade I got here for y'all today, it's not like a star-studded trade, but it's a little bit bigger than the last one. It's gonna be a 3-team deal, and we're gonna go over what each team gets in it, and then I'm gonna go over why each team would do this. Alright, so it's going to be between the Celtics, Hawks, and Sacramento Kings. So, what would the Celtics get? They just get Harrison Barnes, man. And that's all they get. So, the Hawks, they would get Marvin Bagley III, Carson Edwards, and an unprotected 2021 first-round pick from the Sacramento Kings. And the Kings will get John Collins, Solomon Hill, and they will receive a first-round pick back for the pick they gave, but it will be the Celtics' unprotected first-round pick. So let's go over each team, why they would do this, and the reason behind it. So the Boston Celtics, well, they have a traded player exception, you know, from the Gordon Hayward signing trade. So it's like, they might as well add a player to make their team better, especially with the way they're playing. So they can get Harrison Barnes. They don't have to give up too much. You know, they don't have to match the salary. And they've been saying they want a wing player, and Harrison Barnes has been a name they float around. So they want Harrison Barnes. I mean, here you go. Here's Harrison Barnes, and I think he could be a decent addition to the team. It's not like a perfect seamless fit, but I definitely like it. And for the Hawks side of it, well, they don't really want to pay John Collins. So it's like, we need to pay John Collins a max contract, which he seems to think he's worth. Or we can just get Marvin Bagley, who he's not the player Collins is, but he has a lot of potential to become a player of that caliber. And plus, he has 1 more year on a rookie deal than Collins does. And at the end of the day, he's not going to get paid as much as Collins does once his contract's up. So they have him for cheaper, and maybe in the future he'll blossom to be like the player Collins is, or even better. And they would also get Carson Edwards. That's kind of like just making the salary work. And the real thing here is they said they want a high-level lottery pick for John Collins. Well, in this trade, you get the Kings' unprotected pick for this year. That could be an amazing pick. Maybe they get Collins and they just go crazy and have a good run and make the playoffs, or like a 9 or 10 seed, and it's not as great as you think. But at the same time, the Kings aren't that amazing. Maybe they have a bad rest of the season, and that's an amazing picker. Their pick does good in the lottery. Well, there you go. That's a high picker for you right there. And for the Kings, why would they do this? Well, we know the Marvin Bagley drama that happened earlier, and I don't think he fits that well on the team. I don't really think they're huge fans of him. So if they want to go ahead and get John Collins, it's like we already have a bad contract in Harrison Barnes, so we're getting off of that and not bringing anything else because of the trade player exception for the Celtics. So it's like, bet we can just bring in John Collins, and even if we pay him a max, we were already paying Harrison Barnes a max. So John Collins is way better than Harrison Barnes, so it's not going to affect our books like worse than we already had it. And Solomon Hill's just to make the salary match. And it's like, all right, well, Celtics, if we gave you Harrison Barnes, if we're going to have to give up this unprotected first-round pick for us this year, we want a first-round pick. So they get the Celtic first-round pick. Won't be as good as theirs, but hey, they still have a first-round pick. They still get a young player in this year's draft. And the third trade I have for y'all today, I'm going to be honest, in my opinion, I'm not sure how much I like this. All right, it would be a good trade for them, but at the same time, just what they would have to give up, I'm not sure if I would do it. But a lot of people seem to be on the bandwagon of trading Kemba Walker. And, he's had a bad start to the season. I don't personally agree with trading him. But if you must so desire trading him, here's a trade scenario I came up with to trade him and getting something valuable back for him. So the Boston Celtics will get Nikola Vucevic, who they would finally have a really amazing center. I guess Al Horford was pretty damn good, but this will be the best offensive center they've had with this current Celtics team. They'll get Jaylen Brunson back, so it's like they can have another point guard. I think Jaylen Brunson can be pretty damn good. I feel like he doesn't get as much shine as he possibly could on another team because, Luka Doncic just takes a lot of ball handling. It is what it is. He's an amazing player. So maybe he'd get more shine on there. If anything, he could be the backup of Marcus Smart. And then Gary Clark just kind of makes the salary work. Now the Magic, they'll get James Johnson and Tim Hardaway Jr. Nothing special, but it's 2 expiring contracts. And, they'll take them just to make the trade work. But the thing for them is they get 2 first-round picks unprotected. The Celtics this year and the Mavericks next year. And the Mavericks, all they get is Kemba Walker. Now, why would you do this trade? Well, for the Celtics, it's obvious. Kemba's had injury problems. He hasn't been playing as good. Been shooting very, very inefficiently. And they've always needed a good center. So why don't they just get Vucevic? And then they still have a good point guard. Either Marcus Smart or Jaylen Brunson can play. I would like both of them, regardless who it is. And then you have the backup. That's going to be fine for the playoffs as long as you have Jaylen Brown, Tatum, Vucevic, all these guys. Yeah, man, you can be rocking and rolling with that. And why would the Magic do this trade, man? Well, like I said, they get 2 expiring contracts. So even though those contracts are amazing, it doesn't matter. They're done at the end of the season. And they have freed up some salary cap on their books. I don't know what they have to do with the salary cap, but at least they free it up. And the real reason is, man, they get 2 unprotected first-round picks. So they have their 2 picks for this year and next year, their own ones. And then they have another one from the Celtics, and then also one from the Mavericks next year. So it's just like they have 2 first-round picks in back-to-back years. And for the Dallas Mavericks, you don't even have to ask me why they do this. They get their 3rd star, man. They have to give up Tim Hardaway Jr. That sucks. But at the same time, Kemba and Luka will be playing a 1 and 2 anyways. So that's their starting guard lineup right there. And James Johnson, he's been decent, but, you can let him go for Kemba Walker. And if Kemba Walker starts playing to how he usually does, that could be a steal for the Mavericks. The only thing I would say is at that point, it's like, oh man, the defense is terrible because Luka, Kemba, and Porzingis can hardly defend anyone. And then the injury scare with Porzingis and Kemba will be scary. But if it works out, I mean, that could lead y'all to a championship, in my opinion. But that is all I got time for y'all today, guys. If you like the video, please hit that like button down below. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, I would definitely appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 1,000 as quick as possible. So, yeah, I would appreciate it. I appreciate everything, man. But anyways, I'll see y'all later. Have a good day.